came the auto industry. Oddly enough, Henry Ford's first Model T cars were made with lightweight, strong hemp fiber panels, but later were replaced with steel, which was far more costly, heavier, creating much more demand, of course, for larger engines that needed to move these massively heavy gas-sucking pigs. Just one last factor helped solidify the world as we know it today. Steel cars and public transportation were dismantled to create the requirement for the new personal automobile. So, resource management here has always been at the heart of the good international banking practices. Fast forward, year 2000, and we find that for quite some time the international bankers and their front agencies have been very busy tabulating all the world's water resources. With this information, they could get their shill government agencies to do their bidding, and long before anyone has even remotely looked at the issue of water control, vast amounts of the world's fresh water supply have been secured for future control and distribution. Ask yourself, why is it necessary to have an international declaration of water independence, and why it must be simply stated? Do not even imagine that you are going to vote someone into office, or create a group, or take someone to court to regain your right to the most important item of your life, water. It will not happen. What natural resource provides the ultimate control of you, the public? And on that, I'm going to take a little break. You're listening to Turtle Island News with Tracy Kennedy, and I will be right back.
We left our land so long ago. Somebody stole us away. Down so low, nowhere to go. Land planting cotton and sugar cane. Where's my 40 acres and a mule? 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 First Nations people, my kinfolk say, show them which way to go. Brightest star, guide the way. Wise men long ago, somebody moaned, there's my 40 acres and a mule. Where's my 40 acres and a mule? Where's my 40 acres and a mule? Where's my 40 acres and a mule? My relatives are down in New Orleans, Tennessee, and Detroit. Helped build that land in slavery until the Civil War done destroyed it. Where's my 40 acres and a mule? 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 Somebody moan. Long distance call from my baby. Said, baby boy, I sure am missing you. Long distance call from my baby. Said, baby boy, I sure am missing you. My night's been sad and lonely, and you know your love is overdue, overdue.
So, welcome back everyone. You're listening to Turtle Island News. What natural resource provides the ultimate control of the planet? That would be water. So when you see international corporations taking over water rights around the world, the moves that we have been telling you about in Canada are all about resources. Understand that these are just the front agencies for the world elite families who operate through the World Bank. When the U.S. crisis hit, many thought it was the end of an economic cycle, or that it was somehow the forces of natural economic pressures that caused everyone to lose their most valuable savings, investment in real estate and homes. Was it any small wonder that the entire sum of loss went to 5 families who operated the major New York banks, which are all subsidiaries of the European banks, owned, operated by central elite families? Not a coincidence, nor a natural economic cycle. A planned theft of personal wealth and the initial stroke to reduce the most, powerful nation of independent individuals to powder dirt poor people like the rest of the world. The next step, operating, is control and distribution of water. You know, I talk a lot about Middle Ages when leaders in Europe use misinformation to manage the masses, even creating the story of the Knights of the Round Table, because you guys were revolting and going to take down the king, so they made you a nice little story. But they used these concepts to manage us. Even the concept of flat earth was from these kind of people. Most educated people, including leaders, knew that was a myth, completely incorrect, yet it was taught religiously to the poor and ignorant masses. If a young, strapping, energetic man or woman had ever had any thoughts of breaking away and, for example, building a boat to sail out and conquer the world, those thoughts would soon be dashed if they thought the world was flat and all your efforts would go tumbling off the edge into a vast, horrific abyss. All of the seamen with Columbus were convinced the world was flat, and yet somehow Christopher C. kept them from mutiny long enough to discover, quote-unquote, that brave new world. The point is that today, science, as we called it, is still filled with flat earth concepts in this way that could not be possible. They can't be true, yet are heralded on all the TV shows and on the internet and on even NASA TV, complete fairy tale science that could not possibly be true. It is a big mistake, or by design. Tier 2 scientists that make their livings off promoting Tier 2 science and their benefit is being able to fly around the world on what I call scientific vacations and get funding to use the good government paid equipment and complete their lifelong dream of being an important scientist. They are like squirrels who have forgotten how to forage, becoming completely dependent on the government trough, just like businesses have forgotten how to make anything useful, a useful, helpful product. Just get in line and do what the government funding dictates, and you will succeed. The American Geological Union is holding policy meetings and seeking member input. At the heart of their planning sessions, I guess, is global climate change still. Why, though? Because even though these people are educated and you would think would have a thought in their head, it's because this is where the money is. Plain and simple. If there was money to discuss the moon being made of blue cheese, they would be discussing it as well and arguing about it, and next year you would be reading all from the newspapers about how scientists are now convinced the moon is now really made of blue cheese. But the Tier 1 science and scientists, you hardly ever hear their names nor hear their work. I look for these kind of things myself, and they worked in very closed think tank environments and know fully well that the Tier 2 science exists for the public. They know this. Tier 1 science goes up the ladder and never down, and is directly funded from the top by the world controllers, who feel this is their right and fully understand that it is very important part of their control strategy. Once again, this time not through religion so much, although that's part of it, to keep the public